For those of you who are new, basically, you don't have to record and send me your voice when we do parts and things. But if you do, obviously that adds to your enjoyment of it as well. We keep the numbers to a relatively small number so that when we make the recordings of the pieces that you're going to perform, you can hear your own voice in that as well as everyone else's. So there's it's never too much bigger than this. There should be maybe 3 or 4 more, something like that, but relatively small. For the session, during the session, generally speaking, people keep their mutes on unless I ask you to turn them off. That way we don't get lots of feedback. And the other thing is that, oh yeah, here we go, there's Sarah. And the other thing is that you know, we'll be doing exercises and things like that which involve a little bit of moving about. If that's not for you, or if there's anything you can't do, please just do what you can. Join in as much as you can, and please don't worry about it if it's something that you feel you can't do. Because for the warm-ups we generally stand up, but again, if that's not for you, then please just stay seated and do them in your chair. So that's all fine. So we start with little warm-ups that we'll do first, and then we'll carry on into doing some techniques. So we're working on music by Eliza Flower, who's over here, and her sister Sarah Adams, who's the poet, who's over there. And we're going to be resurrecting some of the music which hasn't been heard for 200 years. And you're going to hear some of it this evening and sing some bits of it as well. So that's brilliant that you're all able to join me. So first of all, if you can stand with your feet parallel, so they're in parallel like that. Okay. If you're sitting down, still put them parallel if you can. And then just breathe and relax into your feet. Just feel your feet on the floor. If you can't hear me for any reason, or the sound's not high enough, just shout, okay? So feet flat on the floor, really relax into your feet. I want you to think about your toes. Just go a little bit forward onto your toes, and then a little bit back onto your heels, and then just find the center of your feet. So you're just really holding down into that placement on the feet. And think about your breathing. Imagine that the air is coming in through your toes, and you're standing on some lovely warm sand, and it's coming in through your toes and going out through the back of your heels, and then coming back out as if it's the sea coming in underneath your feet on some sand. So you're just gently thinking about the air coming in under your toes and then back out through your heels. Really nice and gently, really concentrating on your feet. And now you're just thinking a little bit, so watch that your knees don't lock out straight. Just let them be a little bit soft so that you're not clenching anywhere. And just relax and let your legs be nice and heavy. And imagine that you're letting everything go here, because nobody's looking. Just let everything go around the centre. Nice and relaxed and loose. And let the air, this time let the air drop down from the ceiling and into your feet. I'm just letting someone else in there. Just down from the ceiling and into your feet. And really imagine your legs being very heavy. It's like the air is dragging your hips and your legs down into your feet. So you're allowing them to be nice and heavy. And then just really relax here. Put your hands around the centre. And just feel the air coming in to where your hands are. So you're thinking about breathing into those hands. And then watch that the shoulders go down. So breathing in here, just join in whenever you're ready. Okay, so breathing into here. And then what we'll do is we'll just take one arm up to the ceiling. And we'll just bend a little bit over and breathe into that space that you've left here. Just feel breath in coming into that space. And then come back down and do it on the other side. Take the arm up and breathe into that space there. So you're really stretching and feeling the air in there. And then we'll just gently roll our shoulders. As I say, just do whatever you can. Don't go mad. It's just to try and get us a little bit relaxed. I'm sure you've all had a busy day. And this is just for you to relax and breathe and smile. It's always a good one for singing. Okay, good. And then we'll just take those arm cycles a bit more if you can. Just nice and gently using the elbows and then the whole arm. Okay, and then just give your shoulders a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a shimmy and a shake. And then just thinking about your head going up towards the ceiling. So you imagine that the top of your head is being pulled up by a big puppet master in the sky, and underneath it, the vertebrae at the back of the neck are just dropping down. Everything's dropping down into the floor as the head is going up towards the ceiling. And just taking a nice long breath. So we're going to go going out, and we'll just send it out to us like waves. So thinking of sending it out. You can imagine it or use your arms, it's up to you entirely, whatever works for you. So thinking of sending it out. And really feel at the end of that that you release. So everything releases here. Everything releasing and releasing in here. Excellent. And okay. Now we will turn our heads to the left. Just have a look over the left shoulder, make sure there's no one there. You don't want anyone listening. And look over the right shoulder, make sure there's no one there. Make sure there's no one there, no one listening. And then look down at your toes, just using your head. And then look up at the ceiling, not all back, but just a little bit up at the ceiling. And then using your nose, think of your nose as a pencil and do a very tiny circle with your nose in one direction and then the other, just to free up those little muscles at the very back of the neck. So it's just a tiny, tiny circle with your nose, as if you're drawing a tiny, tiny pencil circle in both directions. And then try doing a figure of 8. That's also very good for that. Okay, marvellous. Okay, good. And then we're going to try and roll down to the ground. Now, if you're sitting, you'll just get as far as your knees. If you're standing, you don't need to go any further than your knees. You don't need to bend at the hips if that's not a good idea for you. But if you can, we're just going to go down to the floor and then come back up, but very nice and slowly. So think about all the vertebrae in the neck, bending forward with the head down to the floor, and then gradually, one by one, the vertebrae in the neck going down, 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 down towards the floor until you get as low as you feel comfortable, and then just hang there for a moment and let your mouth do a little kind of blah, 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 blah there. So you're just kind of letting your jaw be loose. Give your hands a little bit of a shake there. And then very gently, thinking of your back, if you can restack as you breathe out, coming up from the back, from the vertebrae, one at a time, just coming in one at a time. Yes, hi Lynn, hi Kathy, just joined, hello. Oh, and that was Margaret on there, right, marvellous, okay. Okay, fantastic, that's great. And then what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of sounding out. So we're going to do our sha sound. So really feel that you're pulling out from your center, sha, and then opening out. So really a big ah, sha. sha, and then she. You can choose any note. You can sing with me or sing lower or higher. It's up to you. She, and then a shoo. Really pull from the center. Shoo, and then really let it go. Sha. See, whatever note comes out, just whatever one you fancy. Sha. She. Marvellous. Okay, and then we're going to throw some things at each other. So we're going to throw, like you're throwing stones into a loch, and they're going to bounce. So we're going to go sh, 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 she, 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 she. So you're imagining them going across the lake, and watch right across past the screen. Sh, 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 sh. Sh, 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 sh. It's a good idea to swap hands if you're doing the hands. Sh, 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 sh. Sh, 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 sh. Sh, 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 sh. She. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of pitching. So just thinking about your... Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of my backdrop so that you can actually see what I'm doing here. That was really just for the beginning. So I'll get rid of that, and then you can actually see what's going on here. Right, okay. So we're going to do a little bit of pitching. So let's just see for a moment. So everybody thinking of going really in your nose. So think about you want to make your lips buzz and your nose buzz with that kind of and then open up to an ah. Does it sound better now? Is everybody having problems with the sound? We are actually having sound problems here, so I'm not surprised, if I'm honest. But we're doing our best. It will be sorted by next week. So just thinking about really trying to tune in to the sound and what you're singing and what I'm singing, and see if you can really feel that we're really together. We'll go back down. Excellent. Okay, so regulars will know that we have a little warm-up tune that we normally do, that we learn as part of our warm-ups that helps us to warm up. But the regulars will be thrilled to know it's not the same one as last year. So it's not the same one. So we have a different one to learn. So this has words, but we'll just learn a little bit of it for now to start with. So it starts with the words virtual choir. I think we can manage that. And it goes the virtual choir. The virtual choir. Which is nothing like the music that you're going to be singing of Sarah Flowers, which is much more refined, but this is a bit more fun. Okay, so the. Now, when you're doing the, this is to help us warm up. So try and feel it coming from your centre. The virtual choir. Should make you quite lightheaded. Here we go. The virtual choir. And if you can, at the end of it, then do that. If not, just do the English R at the end. The virtual choir. Virtual choir. Excellent. Everyone got that bit? I think that's quite easy. And then we can sing anything is the next line. We can sing anything. We can sing anything. Now you'll notice there's a lots of la la la, and that's because that appears in Eliza Flower's music all the time. We can sing anything. Excellent. So virtual choir twice, and then we can sing anything. 3, 4. The virtual choir. The virtual choir. We can sing anything. We can sing anything. And this might be confusing because the next line is from high to low, and it goes like this. From high to low. Slightly confusing maybe. From high, and that's because when we sing high notes we need to think of being up, and when we sing low notes we need to think of being other way around. So when we sing actual high notes, we need to imagine that we are picking them up from the floor. So we're going to do it the opposite way around. From high to low. From high to low. Okay. Now, when you sing the word low, I want you to look down and imagine it's at your feet. From high to low. So you're looking up on the word high. High to low. And this is all to help you get the high notes in the thing. So let's try it again. So virtual choir twice. And this is all we're going to do of this bit for today. There's loads more of it, but we're going to learn it gradually. Virtual choir twice. We can sing anything from high to low. 3, 4. The virtual choir. The virtual choir. We can sing anything from high to low. Excellent, excellent. So it's going to be very similar to that. It carries on about how no one can tell because you can't hear us. But anyway, that kind of thing. So that's where we're going with the warm-ups. There's one other thing that I want to just get you to think a little bit about. Oh, we've got Christiana here. Great. One other thing that I'd like to think about, and that is this little interval here. La, la. Who knows the do, re, mi kind of thing? Who would recognise that if I'd sing do, a dear, that kind of thing? The sound is coming and going. Ah, okay. Is that true for everyone? It's still very poor, the sound. I'll tell you what, I think it might be better if I come a bit closer. Does that help? Is that much better? I'll give up playing the keyboard completely. I should anyway, to be fair. And just talk to you. So if that's better. Is that better for you? Yeah. Okay. Is that better for you, Lynn Marie? It's a little bit better. A little bit better. Okay. Hi, Christiana. Okay.
Around as well. If you keep moving around, it makes it difficult.
Yes, exactly. So I need to stay very still. The sound will be fixed for next week. We have a major problem in here at the moment, which is unfortunate. But anyway, there it is. I shall try to stay still. Okay. Right. Well, where was I? Oh, yes. So, yes, the interval. So, if I'm playing that note there and singing, that's do, mi. If I'm singing that, it's a really strong third. And this is going to be crucial to our work to really get this strong so that we can really hear the difference between going do, mi, and then we do the minor version, which is mo, do, mo, which is the minor. So let's try singing that together. Do, mi, do, mo. Great, Christiana. So I'm going to put you on mute. Yeah, I'm going to put you on mute so that we can all hear. Yeah, so it's better if you're on mute. That's it. Okay. Do, mi, do, mo, do, mi, do, mo. Okay, we'll try that in a different place now. Do, oh, do, mi, do, mo, do, mi, do, mo. Okay, how's that for everyone? Is everyone hearing me all right, or is it a bit of annoying? This is really strange. I don't know why it's doing this. It shouldn't be doing this at all. Actually, I wonder if this would help. Hang on. I'm just going to take that out. Has that made any difference? Has that made it better or not? It's the same? It's the same. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Well, we'll just have to soldier on a bit. Don't worry. This is the first one. We'll get all this ironed out so we can make sure it was all working properly. It's a bit annoying, but there it is. Okay. So, where did we get to? Ah, yes. The sonic toothbrush is the next thing. So, I took delivery of a sonic toothbrush just after Christmas. And it makes the most wonderful noise. I don't know if anyone else has tried a sonic toothbrush. But it makes this wonderful noise, which is very good jaw exercise for getting your jaw nice and loose, going. It makes that kind of a noise. So have a go at that. It's very good, and really get your jaws moving. Yeah, it's marvellous, isn't it? I've forgotten to say that now. Okay, I'm going to just alter the position of this machine so that it's much closer to me. I'm just going to see if that helps at all. Does that help at all? A bit. Okay, so we're going to learn a march. And so that the sound doesn't come and go for this, I'm going to switch over to the sound that is working so that you can hear what it sounds like. So I'm going to play you it first, and then we're going to learn a little bit of it. Okay, I won't be able to talk to you while this is on, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So just have a little dance. I want you to imagine that you're marching around the streets of London, protesting about rich people having too much money and poor people not having enough. Because that's what this song is all about. And the fact that it's 200 years old is rather a shame, really, because that it's still the same today. But anyway, here we go. Secret watchword, liberty, and hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword, liberty. Lord is allied, no sword we draw, we kindle not war's battle fires, by union, justice, reason, and law, we claim the birthright of our sires. We raise the watchword, liberty. We will be free. We raise the watchword, liberty. We will be free. Sarah Flower's march, but with just me singing it, which is no good. What we need is all of you singing it and marching along. So we're going to learn. We're not going to learn the words first. We're just going to learn the tunes. And I want you to get the feeling that we are, you know, ba. So we're very brassy about this. So just repeat the lines after me. So we're going to go ba 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 ba. Your turn. And ba 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 ba. So, and then you get a really nasty person in the corner going na 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 na, like that. Back to you. Na 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 na. So we've got our ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. So like that. So it's very good to do actions on screens because otherwise we're not doing anything. Here we go. Let's try. Ba 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 ba. Okay, get that. And it's good while we're doing this to get a feeling that we are all, as it were, marching. Because if you march in time, I know that it won't look like that on Zoom, but it does help. It helps us to kind of feel that we're singing together. And we will be soon, because we'll be able to record some of these things early on and then improve them gradually as we go through. So, ba. So here we go. And 3, 4. Ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. And then we repeat the first phrase. Ba 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 ba. The second phrase has a slightly different end. Listening? Da da na 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 na. So it's just doing a kind of ending. So the first time it goes na na na, and the last time it goes na na na. Okay, so listen once to the whole thing. Ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. Ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. Okay, how's that going with everybody? Do you think we've got there more or less? It's not terribly difficult, is it? But it's kind of, the idea is supposed to be rousing. And then we get our kind of trumpet calls. Dun, dun, dun. So this is our great arpeggios coming up. Do, 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 do. So we're definitely doing the little trumpet. Do, 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 do. Okay, 3, 4. Do, 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 do. Excellent. Now make sure as you're going up here, do, 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 that you're not thinking about going like this, but you're thinking about going along as if you're on a keyboard. Do, 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 do. And you have to press a little bit harder for the top note. Do, 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 do. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so and the answer to that, so this is just answering phrases. So the answering phrases do do di ni na 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 di na 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 na. Now that na is very loud. Na 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 na. That's in fact the word liberty. So it's got to be very loud. Na 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 na. Excellent. So let's do our trumpet. Do 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 do. And na 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 na. And then we shift up for our trumpet. Na do 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 do. So our first one has been here. Do 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 do. And our second one goes up. Do 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 do. it's just in a different place. So let's try both of those together, just those trumpet ones. Do, 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 do. And the answer to the second one just finishes it off. Na 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 na. That's it. So let's do those trumpets again from the first one. Have a listen first. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. Okay, and for those of you who normally work with music, so I don't know all your backgrounds, we do use music as well, but usually on the first session we don't. So that all gets sent out to you at different things. I'll explain a little bit later how that all works. I am going to show you the words for this in a minute so that you can read them as we sing it. Okay, here we go. So let's try that with our trumpets together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, 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 do. Do 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 na 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 do 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 na 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 na. Okay, so let's see if we could remember any of that from the beginning. So I'll just play it to you again. Do, do, do. So we've got our ba 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 na 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 ba 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 na 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 do 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 na 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 na. Do 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 na 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 na. Ah, it's better for singing than speaking. I'll sing all the time then and not bother to speak at all. That's probably better. Why not? Right, okay. Let's try from the beginning. Bum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. Ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. Ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. Na 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 ba 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 na 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 na. Excellent, excellent. Right, we're going to do it with the words now that you've got a better handle on the tune, and I'm just going to share them with you. Let me just do that. Here we go. Okay. Can everyone see that? Okay. Okay, so the first verse. Lo, we answer, see we come, quick at freedom's holy call. We come, we come, we come, we come to do the glorious work of all. And hark, hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. So we repeat the last two lines every time. And the second verse is the same ending. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. Yeah, so it's the same both times. But the last time the words change slightly. We raise the watchword liberty. We will be free. We raise the watchword liberty. We will be free. Okay, so let's just try the first verse for the moment. We won't worry about, effectively that's the chorus, the harks. So let's try the first verse. Lo, we answer, see we come, quick as freedom's holy call. We come, we come, we come, we come to do the glorious work of all. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. How did everyone do there?
You've got a we come missing.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Angela. Oh, I am dreadful. Goodness me. Well, just put one in. Put one in. I do apologise. It's shocking of me. Shocking. Do you want me to put it in now? There we go. Okay.
Could you make it a bit bigger? I mean, just.
I can indeed. I can indeed. In fact, and I will. I'll make it much bigger. I'm going to actually make it bigger. So we can see each verse. How's that? I can move it down for each verse. Is that better? Do you want it bigger than that? That's good? Okay. Okay, so let's try verse 1 again then, now that everybody can see it. It's always good to work these things out, isn't it? Right. Lo. Oh, well, yes, let's do verse 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lo, we answer, see we come, quick at freedom's holy call. We come, we come, we come, we come to do the glorious work of all. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. Excellent. Okay, that's probably a bit better. Now you can see it better. So I'm going to move it down for verse 2. So verse 2 and verse 3 start slightly differently from verse 1. So because it's a slightly different rhythm word-wise. So we've got God is our guide from field, from wave. So let's try that. God is our guide from field, from wave, from plough, from anvil, and from loom. Let's do that line. From plough, from anvil, and from loom. We come our country's rights to save, and speak our tyrants' factions doom. Now, I should make clear that these words were not written by Sarah Flower Adams. We think they were written by someone called Mr. Fox, who was the preacher. They're not terribly good, but they are the sort of things that people went round the streets shouting about. We'll get to Sarah's poetry in a minute. Okay, so verse 3, let me just put it down onto a separate page so we can see that. So this one starts the same way. God is our guide, no sword we draw, we kindle not war's battle fires. Let's try that together. And God is our guide, no sword we draw, we kindle not war's battle fires. And then it goes on. By union, justice, reason, law, we claim the birthright of our sires, which is slightly different again. And then we've got the different ending that we looked at before. So what I'm going to do now is play the track, get you to sing along, and then I'm going to explain a bit more about what's going to happen in the next session. So this one is really just to get us started and knowing what's going on. So let me play the track, and I need to change. Okay, so I'm going to change to where I can't speak to you anymore. I'm just going to play the track and we're all going to join in. Here we go. Lord, we answer, see we come, quick at freedom's holy call. We come, we come, we come, we come to do the glorious work of all. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. God is a guide from field, from wave, from plough, from anvil, and from loom. We come our country's rights to save and speak of tyrants' factions' doom. And hark, we raise from the sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. And hark, we raise from sea to sea the sacred watchword liberty. God is our guide, no sword we draw, we kindle not war's battle fires. By union, justice, reason, law, we claim the birthright of our sires. We raise the watchword liberty. We will be free. We raise the watchword liberty. We will be free. Marvellous. I thought you did particularly well there. Particularly well. Okay, so let me just see if I can now explain what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. The first thing I have to say is that you don't have to be in the performances. We normally work with a British Sign Language interpreter and come up with signs that we can use for the performance so that it feels like a performance. And quite often people have little solos or speaking parts to do in the performance if they want to do it. We have information that explains to you how to record your parts, and it will all appear online. Now, one thing that I'm not able to do for this project, which I was for others, is that I was able to put the scores online so you could access them if you lost them or whatever. But I'll have to send them to you directly because I still have to negotiate the copyright with the Conway Hall, who are the people who we are working with to bring this stuff out of hibernation. So although I'm actually physically making the scores and transferring it into proper notation, they don't actually belong to me. But I will send them to you. If you don't read music, please don't worry. You will have both song sheets and music sheets to work from. There will also be learning tracks online, which will be there. You will be sent the page that they'll be on. That page isn't up yet. So that page will be sent to you. These sessions are all videoed, so that if you want to recap on anything, you can do. You will be sent the music for what we've just been learning pretty much right away. When I say right away, probably tomorrow. With the words as sheets as well, so that you can have a little look at it. And I will put that track that I've just played you will be online as well. Now these, I should stress that these at the moment are learning and not recording tracks, because some of you may or may not be aware that when you're looking at stuff that's several hundred years old, you need to spend quite a lot more time working on things like the tempi and the dynamics and so on. And circumstances have made that difficult for me over the last couple of weeks. So I still have some research to do on that, with a great deal of help from a wonderful researcher at Newcastle University who's been brilliant. So I shall be doing that. The main piece that we're working on, I'm going to play you in a minute. I've done again another learning track which I will put online for you. Now what's interesting to me here is that so those of you who don't know about Eliza, so she and her sister both worked at the Unitarian Chapel in Finsbury. Their archive is now at Conway Hall in Red Lion Square in London, which is where I'm working on it, there and the British Library. And they lived, well, Eliza lived with the Reverend Fox, who in his portraits looks exactly like Rabbi Burns, which is rather extraordinary to me, but he is exactly like him. And her position with him, the fact that they lived together and they weren't married, caused a great deal of controversy in the early Victorian age. And as a result, her music stopped being played outside of the church itself. At the time, she was a very famous composer in society, and her music was published by some of the first music published by Novello. He started the publishing company more or less for her. So she was a very famous person at that time. So I'm going to play you. So who knows the hymn "Nearer My God to Thee"? Who would know the tune? Would anybody like to switch on their mic and sing us how it goes, how you know it? Oh, everyone's going no. Anybody? Nobody. Nobody. Okay. Okay. So am I right in thinking it goes "Nearer my God to Thee, nearer my God"? Is that right? Or is it something else? Somebody who knows better, switch it on.
I think there are a lot of tunes it can be sung to.
Okay. Do you know another one, Charlotte?
Nearer thy God to thee.
Okay.
Lots, but isn't it a pretty standard meter, so you can sing it to lots of different tunes?
Right. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So the original setting of it hasn't been heard since it was first performed, basically. And this was written near the time, not long before both sisters died. So it was really, they knew what was going to happen to them, and so this was kind of a farewell. So it's actually really sad. But this is it's written for her church choir, who were very good. Now, what you'll hear on the recording is me singing what sounds like a solo. That is not a solo, that is the choir. And then there's what sounds like a choir, which is just, there is a small semi-chorus that sings in harmony in their thing. And I'm still deciding how we're going to do this. But all the parts can be sung by women, because the bass part, Martin, as you'll hear, is possible to sing if you're female. So, so I suspect she might have had the same problem getting men in her choir as we do today. So, yeah, which is quite interesting. Okay, so have a little listen to this. I've just done it with piano, although it will eventually probably be with organ, but here we go. Nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. Can you hear it? Though it be a cross that raiseth me, still my song would be nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. Though like the wanderer, the sun gone down, darkness be over me, my rest a stone, yet in my dreams I'd be nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. There let the way appear, steps unto heaven, all that thou send'st to me in mercy given, angels to beckon me nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. Then with my waking thoughts bright with thy praise, out of my stony griefs Bethel I'll raise, so by my woes to be nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, nearer, my God, to
high notes.
I knew you were going to say that. What is it with this choir and high notes?
Can
Well,
we sing the bass part, please?
yes, okay. Come on, what you like. Well, there does sound like a lot of high notes, but remember, you will have electric voice theatre singers singing as well with you. So don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. The high notes are always the ones that stick out, I know, but they're not all high. Trust me, trust me. And anyway, it's time we addressed your high note problem. That's what I think. Anyway, so yeah, so listen, we're going to finish there today.